உங்க விருப்பப்படி லைஃப் பார்ட்னர் கிடைக்கணும்னா கீழ இருக்கிற லிங்கை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. உடனடியா ஃப்ரீயா ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணுங்க.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to quickly come by and say that this entire country and now even people abroad are talking about the boys' locker room. I think this is getting as much attention across the world, especially because these are 16-year-old boys, as much as the Nirbhaya case did. So the sad part is these are teenagers. If you notice, one of the gang rapists in the Nirbhaya case was also a minor. So a lot of people tend to say that these are kids and they should be let go. Even in such cases like this, it's very nuanced. We really don't know if one of the rapists in the Nirbhaya case who was a minor was actually somebody who participated in the rape, or if he was really a child who was weak and who couldn't fight against the other rapist himself, because he himself was a young kid. Now, because we don't know what the conditions then were, we really can't also expect a 15 or a 16-year-old to fight against 4 grown men who are violent, who are basically beating up a girl, and it's possible that the boy was also scared himself. Again, please understand, I'm not defending a rapist. But in this case, I do want to call out, talk about something that we are all guilty of. In our own friend circles, in our own families, in our own offices, in our own anywhere that we might be congregating with a set of our friends, how do they refer to women around you? How do they refer to women in public? How do they refer to women politicians? How do they refer to actresses? How do they actually refer to a successful female boss? Don't you know that one of the most commonly used words in the professional setting is she's successful, or she must have been sleeping her way up? One of the stories that I put today was this conversation I had with a doctor. He's actually also disabled his Instagram account, where I basically had a very civil conversation with him, but he went on some other Facebook page and he basically discussed about how he found me very problematic and obsessive, and how so many words were used, basically painting me in a way whereas I was under the impression that here it is that there is an educated man who could have a civil discussion. And when I told him that we are all in this together as a society to change things, a lot of people keep telling us, not all men, you're talking about all men, but how many men actually take a stand when their drinking buddies, their smoking buddies call a woman a slut? In Tamil they say, அந்த ஃபிகரை கரெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டோம்டா, அந்த ஃபிகர் மச்சி கரெக்ட் பண்ணிட்ட மச்சி, அவன் வந்து எப்போ வேணா படுப்பா மச்சி அவளா. And there will be a lot of things like that. In Telugu, అదే కదా ఆ ఫిగర్ పడేయచ్చు అది ఈజీగా పడేయచ్చు, కరెక్ట్ చేయవచ్చు. వాట్ ఎవర్ లోకల్ లింగో దట్ తెలుగు బాయ్స్ మే హ్యావ్, ఐ థింక్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ లాంగ్వేజ్ హియర్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. How they go about abusing women and treating women or referring to women starts in school. Sometimes you can't keep blaming school kids and their teachers, because a lot of this they are learning from home also. How is the woman treated at home? And while we are also judging school kids, we need to understand the concept of peer pressure. Some boys do it to appear cool, okay, because the alpha male in that group behaves in a certain way, and not belonging to that group is uncool. So a lot of these kids end up behaving in a manner that is absolutely wrong, but they just do it anyway. I want to bring your attention to something that I used to be a part of when I was in school. I was severely bullied, okay. I used to be this was probably second or third standard, okay, third standard girl. She was the class bully. It is a girl actually. And everybody wanted to be her best friend, so every day she'll choose a new best friend, and all the other girls will want to be her new best friend so that they could basically boss around the others. So sometimes if this bullying girl decides, she will just go and slap anybody that she wants, and her other friends will just go and stand and say this is how it is. these are third standard kids. 16-year-old today are talking about rape and gang raping and calling those kids and getting them gang raped. Once in 5th standard, there was another bully. They used to, every lunchtime was a horror for me. So because they used to mix my lunch in sand and they would force me to eat sand. This was a boy. But the thing about all of this is that many of these things that we might be discussing with regard to social change or with regard to bullying, or even a lot of these things that happen in school, especially from a time that some people's identities start growing, you need to note the concept of peer pressure. So when these kids are actually identified and their parents are found and all of this, I think they need to find out who was the alpha male in this group and figure out what the other kids were a part of, why they were doing this. I think this needs to be handled with a lot more. This is not popular opinion, but I think because they are kids, I think this needs to be handled with a lot of nuance. It's not just about all the anger that we are feeling right now, but taking them and picking them up and throwing them into jail. This is to understand, if you're looking at mindset changes, you need to understand why is it that they thought, especially in a city like Delhi where the Nirbhaya gang rape happened, why is it that 16-year-old boys think it is cool to actually decide which girl to pick up and actually sit and plan on how to gang rape the girl. So what I am wanting to tell you today is that if you have been a part of this, I'm sure you would have heard about the boys locker room thing. In between, Mr. Prabhu D10 found the need to ask about masturbation to me. First thing, I'm not an endocrinologist. I'm also not a gynecologist. This is a question that you need to go and ask a gynecologist. I'm not comfortable answering questions about your masturbation or sexual needs, okay? And my sex life and what I do with it is also not your problem, Mr. Prabhu D10. So please go and check with a gynecologist as long as your sexual health and your preferences are concerned. My opinion on any of this is immaterial to you. Coming back, if you want to be looking at social change and changing things, check your own friend circle, check your own groups, check your friends. Especially when I keep saying friends, a lot of us want to keep the peace. We want to not create controversy, not create trouble, not unnecessarily be outspoken. When I use these words with a good plan, because why do you unnecessarily create trouble? When people say we are creating trouble, a lot of us are actually speaking the truth. When I speak about sexism in a lot of these entertainment pages, I speak the truth. It hurts. A lot of people are butthurt. That's what happens. It hurts their ego. It hurts their tiny insecurity. And while people are getting angry about boys' locker room, there are others. When I keep calling out sexism in this social media, they say, "Ekko chestunna, overaction pandra." All of this keeps happening. So you need to question the kind of people that you are with. Check out the jokes that your best friends make. Stop apologizing for all of it. Ask them to change those opinions. First off, feminism is not evil. Feminism is not against men. Feminism doesn't hate men. Feminism, if somebody comes and tells you that, what about the bitches? What about the fake rape cases? We are still talking about the majority. We are still talking about the majority of women and a gender which is suffering because of how things go by. With the world numbers, actually women are more in number, men are less in number, but still the number of crimes against women is higher. Also, each time that women talk about their own issues with regard to lack of justice, with everything with regard to sexual harassment, to domestic abuse, even by their own parents or by their marital homes, or gender pay gaps or anything like that. And at the time, if a man wants to come and tell you about what about men's issues, yes, men's issues exist. No woman is actually going to tell you they do not exist. But if you are going to put out those issues only when we talk about our issues and when we are talking about and some of us choose to talk about these issues, this is advocacy, we'll continue to talk about it. If you choose to keep bringing those conversations as a means of hijacking what we are saying, then you don't actually need justice for anybody. You just want to constantly derail the conversation. So if you're upset about the boys locker room talk, this is something that happens near water coolers, it happens in smoking breaks that men take, it happens in drinking parties. All of these people sit and talk about which mall, which figure, which item can be is a slut. And usually a lot of these men, I don't say all men, please note that, a lot of these men who say and use words like this are usually the ones whose egos have been hurt because these women refused their advances. So it's very easy for a man to call a woman a slut in the workplace, and a lot of the other men will believe them and completely character assassinate a woman, and automatically this will become truth and this will become fact, just because one man's or one person's ego was hurt. So constantly go and check. Okay, Prabhu D10, I wasn't trying to intrude into your life, just wanted to see if you think it is correct or not correct. Whether I think it is correct or not, basically it is your organ, it is your genitals. What you do with your genitals is not my problem. That's exactly what I was going to say. Sai Prithvi online, why are you back of these guys all the time? Back of which guys, Sai Prithvi? I'm talking about patriarchy, and I'm generally talking about the locker room talk, or the kind of coffee break talk, or cigarette talk, or drunk talk that a lot of guys do when they speak about women or refer to women, or the way that they treat them, or they are violent with them, or they hit them, or they sexually harass them and then blame it on alcohol. So all of that is not okay. So if you disagree with me, you're free to, no problem. I'm used to all of this. And Vashit Radhakrishnan, if some people that I knew spoke this way and I know about it, but the concerned women are so close with all those men. Some people that I knew spoke this way. I don't think I understand your question. It's dad, how everyone knew to not all men. Excuse me, Telugu, please. I wish they perceive it so hard to plot rape and refuse to see a woman as a fellow human being who deserves respect. Shakti, yes. Plotting rape itself is a fantasy. Rape fantasies exist because of the amount of porn that people consume. And pornography itself, I think it's again a different debate. It's a different conversation to have on a different platform. But how people watch pornography, how they consume it, and the kind of rape fantasies that come from porn is very disturbing. A lot of pornography contains children, they contain minors, and it's all of these unnecessary opinions that people get about sex and sex life that kind of colors people's opinion on sex in general. But I would definitely ask you all to go and check the kind of conversations both women and men in your groups talk about when they refer to other women that they disagree with. And now I say women, I'm also going to be including trans people, people who are gender fluid. I definitely believe that everybody, regardless of whatever their gender identity is and whatever they want to be, has the freedom to live with respect, with dignity, and the freedom to live the life that they want. What people do in their bedrooms or their bathrooms is none of our problems. Seriously, it's only when it becomes a problem when some people come and touch you without your consent, and then share what happens in the bedroom on a public space without your consent. So please understand, I'm against transphobia, I'm against homophobia. I am a feminist. I'm a very proud one at that. And finally, all that I'm saying is that if you found boys locker room and those messages reading them very very disturbing, please check your own friend circles and your families and those uncles and aunties who go about slut shaming people. um, please check your bosses. Please check how you talk. Why think about others? Check how you talk around your friends just because you want to belong and you're very scared of having a different opinion because you don't feel it is necessary to upset everybody. What if you don't get accepted by a social circle? What if they ostracize you? Find better friends. It requires a spine, but do it. Take care.
சரியான நபரை உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை துணையாக தேர்ந்தெடுக்க தமிழகத்தின் நம்பர் 1 சேவை மையத்தை அணுகவும். ஃப்ரீ ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன். ஒவ்வொரு கம்யூனிட்டிலையும் பல ஆயிரக்கணக்கான சாய்ஸஸ். உங்களுடைய ஜோடி பொருத்தமும் ஜாதக பொருத்தமும் துல்லியமாக பார்க்கலாம். உங்க விருப்பப்படி லைஃப் பார்ட்னர் கிடைக்கணும்னா கீழே இருக்கிற லிங்கை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. உடனடியா ஃப்ரீயா ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணுங்க.